Spoilers ahead. As episode starts we see Komi and Todano in classroom. In lunch break, Nakanaka expresses her desire to Todano to learn what Komi thinks in different situations so that she can understand her better. Yamai also joins in, and the two begin to push Komi's seatmate for his help. Todano turns the whole situation into an exciting game where Nakanaka and Yamai will have to predict what the titular protagonist must be thinking during random events throughout the day. Much to the dismay of the duo, they fail to guess Komi's thoughts on most occasions, while Todano helps them understand the titular protagonist in a much better way. Afterwards they have a cooking class. There also Yamai and Nakanaka tries to understand what Komi is thinking. After some time they started fighting, then Komi approached there and asked what they are doing. Afterwards Komi also joined them. Later, when Todano is sitting alone in the classroom, Shinobino, Sonoda, and Shigeo begin to discuss their romantic fantasies all over again. Shigeo explains that he has put a lot of thought into it and shares a romantic scenario with Komi after Shinobino and Sonoda have told him their ideal date plans. He argues that he can't imagine her in any modern setting and goes on to depict her as a deadly assassin in his story. However, the conversation between the trio comes to an unexpected halt when Komi enters the classroom, and they pretend as if nothing ever happened. In class Komi get hungry because she skipped breakfast. During the lunch break, Katai approaches Komi and Todano and is about to invite them to eat with him but is too scared to say anything. As his two classmates stare at him, he runs away to end the awkward confrontation. Todano has noticed he was holding his tiffin in his hand and accurately concludes what Katai must be thinking. He follows him and offers to have lunch together. Katai is shocked that his classmate managed to read him like an open book. He realizes that it is an excellent chance for him to become friends with Todano, and he tries to make the conversation as interesting as possible for both of them. But it soon becomes evident that Katai is just stressing too much and needs to relax. Todano asks him to calm himself. And the two then invite Komi to join them, who has been observing their weird interaction for quite some time. Todano introduce them, then Najimi hold his mouth, for not saying anything, because she thinks it's more fun this way. Later that night, Komi hears a Yakumo food truck roaming in her neighborhood. She immediately follows the noise and chases after the truck, only managing to buy the sweet potato after several attempts. Meanwhile, Todano recalls the time that he dressed up as a maid during the cultural festival. He regrets for doing that. He decides to go outside, hoping to take his mind off the bad memory, and runs into Komi. The duo has a brief conversation. Komi then gives him sweet potato. And Todano manages to gather enough courage to ask her to go out during the winter with him. Komi agrees without hesitating, and the two return home red-faced. That's it guys for episode 3. Episode 4 will come soon.